Okay, guys, welcome to the review of the financial statements. As promised, I said I was going to review financial statements. You know, I'm a CPA, so what I do mostly in the board meetings or meetings or anything, it's to do financial reviews, budget. So I will have a budget to review also. So this is what I do, and mostly when I do board meeting with clients. So I do a lot of review of financial statements. So for you that's gonna have a senior position or even before that, this is really important to be able to present in a meeting so that, like, you can show your presentation skills, your communication skills, and you can provide the information that the clients or the other party is needs. So now let's go to review this management accounts. So I will start right away. So I would like to give you an overview of the December 2024 management account. So let's go to the next page. Now here we have the table of contents. We're going to go straight to the balance sheet of ABC Ltd. So we'll compare the December 2024 to December 2023, which are 12 months of financial data. Just wanted to point out they are unaudited financials, so just for the purpose of this meeting. So the audit financial statements will be done in a couple of months for both years. So the reason we did not do the reason we did not have the financial statements done last year, it just there was like an exemptions of the audit. So but now the board has required so that we have the 2023 also being audited. So it will be done at the same time. Great. So if we go through, we can see our total assets. It's for 2024, it's $357,000 compared to $296,000. The big increase is coming from the due from shareholder. If you can see, if you can check directly from the assets section. So we can see the due from shareholder has been increased. So meanwhile, more funds have been provided as a loan to the shareholder. So, but this is the reason of the increase. Cash and cash equivalent, we still really low in cash because most of the cash has been going for the loan to the shareholder. So this is the reason the cash is low. And after we have a couple of other items here that we have computer, office equipments that, been like, it's moving year by year, depends of when we're buying stuff, when we don't buy stuff. So they are really small, and income receivables, it's always been a month behind that we're getting paid. So this is the reason that we always have a month of receivable into our balance sheets. Okay, any questions for the total assets? The liability sections, we can see that we have our accounts payable and accrued expenses that there was no really big movement on it. So if you go to note 6, you will see exactly the details of the accounts payable, but what you can see, the amount, it's not as big as it is. Or salary, we can see salary is pointed out here, but the balance are nil. So the balance is nil, sorry, it should be like hiding, but apologize for that. Income tax payable, this is the tax that is payable. Car loan, this is the amount of loan that we have from the car, as we have assets on it in the total assets. So the total liabilities, it's 30,000. Last year it was 37. So the decrease of the liabilities coming really directly from the car loan that is being paid slowly. So our written earnings, it's $327,000, which is really coming from the income that has been generated through the income statements. So Any questions for now? As now we can see the capital is quite strong compared to the total liability. We have little debt, so that it's a really strong capital equity that we have now. Any questions for the review of the financial state of the balance sheet at this point? If there was no questions, we'll go to the income statements now to do a review. We can see for ABC Limited that the income is quite similar than last year. No change. So the contract has been like, it's based on a contract that this company has with the government. So it's really like being the same amount of income that is for like a specific period. So this is the reason there is no movement in the income statement here. Salary, this is like mostly like balances that were due several years ago that were like being recorded here. General admin expenses. If you go to section 8, you will see more details, but this is aligned with the budget that we had already have been discussed about it. And other income, it's really like income coming from the shareholder that are due on loans that we have with the shareholder. So the income tax, it's really the income tax from the operating income that we're getting the tax calculated for the payments to the government. So which giving us like around 99,000 of net income for the year, which pretty like, which pretty really good for as a net income that we have here. So, and we had declared some dividends over the years. This year it was 32,000 to shareholder. Last year it was 40,000, which giving us a net return earnings of 327,000 compared to last year, 259,000. Any questions for the review of the management accounts? So if you want more details about certain balances, you can go to the notes and you will see the split. Example, when I talked about the accounts payable, we can see that it's made up of credit card, line of credit, and tax payable. So the admin, the operating expenses, we can see all the details here for your information. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I will be happy to respond to you. Okay, if there is no questions, we'll go around and review the budget for the 2024 financial year. Okay, great. So we have the ABC Limited 2025 budget that we have here. To start, the 2024 column, this is for final numbers that we had as of 2024. So we're going to convert to the budget that we're going to propose to you for review for the 2025 financial year. So donations, we have a budget of 200 compared to 150. It's just a proposed number. So we'll see how it goes, but it should be like more than 200 for the specific financial year. Office expenses, as you know, inflation, cost of everything has been increased. So this is the reason we have this 7,500 here compared to last year, $6,600. It's really inflation. Meeting and travel expenses, all the increase really based on inflation. Amortization, this is the depreciation calculated on equipment, car, and computer. So usually the depreciation, the amortization is gonna go down every year. So this is the reason we just estimated as it is now. Interest, we have to put it like higher because the interest rates have been like killing everyone and increase everywhere. So this is an estimated amount that we are thinking that, it should be like around 4,000 or less, but we're gonna have it at 4,000 here. Car expenses, we increase it again based on inflation, gas is more expensive, everything's become more expensive, so we just put it a little bit higher. Insurance also the same thinking, inflation, interest and penalties, we're trying to keep this low, that like the same level, so to ensure that like, you know, we get a provision for it. Bank charges, again, more transactions gonna go through, and transactions fees, they are higher. So this is the reason we're having this bank charges here higher than last year. And home office expenses, again, based on inflation, it should be go higher. So when you see this column, we can see that we have like close to 4,000 more, but the reason of the increase, it's really related to like inflation costs. So this is the only thing that we can explain for the increase here. Obviously, if there is anything that we did not think about that may happen during the year, it's not going to be related like to inflation, but really like something that, you know, we did not know about it that is coming. So we have a proposed budget of 31,000 compared to 27,000. So we'd like for you to review and to let us know if you have any comments, any questions about it, so that we can discuss about it. If there is no questions, so this will be the proposed budget, and the accounting team will be based the accounting entry and accrual based on these entries and adjust at the end of the year when we have like a proper number for the end of the financial year. Any questions? If there is no questions, that's it for the financial review. And if there's any question after all, you can still email me or call me to let me know. Thank you. Thank you. Hey guys, I just reviewed two elements here, the a management account and a budget. It's not perfect. I want you to know that things won't be perfect. So this is the reason why I'm just any mistakes that I did, I just did it as I was in a meeting, because in a meeting things gonna happen, it won't be perfect. And I want you to see that it won't be perfect. This is the reason you need to start doing it. You need to start, and it's with time that you're gonna like, you know, improve yourself. So I'm glad the way I did it, so that you can see that, okay, I just need to talk. I just need to start to say something and get ready. Know your numbers, know what's going on. Listen other people doing it. Listen to this training. Listen the way I'm talking. Listen like, you know, the details I'm doing. But obviously like this one, I give a lot of details on a small numbers. When you're reading financials to high level people, like there is no way that, you know, you're going to go through to small numbers. You need to know what they want to hear, right? You need to understand based on like the year or the emails flow, the question that was going through before, what was their preoccupation? It was cash, it was investment, what was it? Was revenue, and then you're going to have a story around the financials. Obviously, this one, I took a specific one that I can go through all the numbers just in case you need to review and you need to put more focus, example on cash, example on revenue, example like on due to shareholder, due to the parent or stuff like that. Things like that that you need to know, and you need to put, you know, emphasis on them. And also I did review the budget that I can show you. So we have 2 years that I presented. You can put more years, but this one I only showed 2 years, that you have the final years for the prior year so that you can compare to the budget. And you need to know why we have increased, why we have decreased in those like numbers. So I knew that like this company has been really stable, controlling all the expenses, all the increase that were coming into this budget were related to inflation. So this is the reason we just pointed out to the group that increase that you're seeing here, it's really linked to inflation. And you know that like everything has been like increasing. So it's normal that this gonna be reflected into the budget. So if you have to review your financial statements or budget, this is a good example of training how to do it. And you can apply the same for audited financial statements that you're going to review. And just like probably when you're going to start, you're going to just say that, you know, we have the audited financial here that I'm going to review. This is an unqualified audited financial statements. We've been working well with the auditors, and the report has been issued this date. And now I will review the sections and the financial financials, and you go through the same process, but you always ask them if they want to review it, because some people, they already read the financials, they don't want you to read it, but you always have to ask the questions if they want to read it, but you need to be ready for both. If they don't want you to read it, you just give like a summary of what happened, and we have an unqualified audited financial statement, and then it has been reviewed, no issue founded from the auditors, that like it will be signed this date, or it already been signed whatever date that it will be signed, and then you move on. So this should be like a good like review. But listen again. I've been doing this for years, so obviously like it's going to be easier for me. But if I had this kind of training to help me, this kind of like information, this kind of like communications ability that someone has to show me, I will pick it up stuff earlier than only like later, right? This is what I want for my community. This is what I want for people, young professionals, people like that, want to improve the communication skills. Because as I said before, the communication skills, the presentation skills, the management skills, gonna be the skills that gonna let you up, level up, and that you're gonna see like promotions, you're gonna see people has more respect for you on your work environment, people are gonna trust you more, people are gonna let you deal, people are gonna challenge you more in a good way, people are gonna feel like you're part more of the team. All of this, it's like so many things. What the small thing that I just did, and this I can do it like in front like of like 1 person, 10 person, 20 person, and more. I can do it because I've been doing it. So this is what I want for you. And then like I will do all the trainings so that like you can continue to learn. You can see with the time that I've been doing this, for a young girl that I've always been like timid, doesn't want to do any presentations, I can talk and I need to stop talking. Okay, guys, see you on the next training. Okay, cool.